We're Alive is brought to you by...
For over 50 years, Guitar Center has been the place where musicians get the best deals on the gear they need to make music. With over 250 stores nationwide, Guitar Center has the largest selection of music instruments and equipment at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Whether you're a professional or just starting out, you'll find unbeatable deals on the gear you need from all the top brands in every department. Guitars, drums, keys, live sound, DJ, and more. There's something for every musician. At Guitar Center, we believe in the power of music. Visit us in-store or shop online at guitarcenter.com.
We're Alive, a story of survival. Chapter 8. Where do you go when you sleep? Part 1 of 3.
June 29th, 2009. Our day was full enough as it was, but it didn't end with just tagging those things next door. I remember waking up at around 11 o'clock at night to the commotion downstairs. Lizzie and I had finished off a bottle an hour before. From all the shouting, I thought we were being attacked. I grabbed my Beretta and stumbled downstairs. Tipsy or not, I was still planning on putting up a fight.
How the hell did they get here?
Riley.
Who's...
Well, they must have followed Saul back. I don't know. Don't yell at me. It's not my fault.
Can I go now?
No, shut up and stay where you are. I'll deal with you later.
Should we ignore them? Maybe they'll just go away.
From the sound of it, they know we're here. Maybe because we're the only building around with lights on.
Nothing we can do about that now.
Who's here? What's going on? Are we being attacked?
No, not that bad.
Oh, I don't know. This might be worse.
Well, I heard shouting, so I grabbed my Beretta and...
Whoa. Smells like somebody hit the bottle hard tonight.
Riley, are you...
No!
She means yes.
Come on. Give me that. I don't want you waving around a pistol.
I can still shoot.
Damn it, Angel, forget about Riley, will ya? What the hell do we do about these people?
Look, let's just stay up here. Maybe they'll lose interest and go away.
Would you just stop saying that? Maybe they'll go away. Maybe they'll go away. You're like a broken record. They ain't moving.
Who are they? Survivors? Why aren't you letting them up?
Let's just say the flesh eaters would be more welcoming than those two.
But why are they here? Bert, is there something you didn't tell us about them?
No, we took the rig they said was theirs. That's it. I told you everything. There's no way they tracked the rig here. It must have been Saul.
Is anybody home?
Maybe Saul knows something. I'll go wake him.
Wait! Don't go in the stairwell. Maybe they don't know we're up here.
We know you're up here.
Damn it.
What do you know? Smart convict.
Stay out of this. How do we get rid of him?
Maybe we should just kill him.
Whoa! And this? From him? Well, sir, just say the word and they're...
Bert, he's not serious.
Does anyone care what my opinion is?
No! Michael, I am serious. These people are criminals, murderers, or worse. What's one less, or two for that matter?
What's the problem with at least talking to them? If you're going to kill them anyway.
Listen, from what Saul told us, there are a lot of survivors from the prison. If we were to kill these two, it could be a huge mistake on our part. It's not like we can easily move to someplace new if more Maulers start looking for their friends. We might as well talk to him. Bert, you're staying up here. We don't know if they followed anyone back. I mean, they could have just come across the lights. And you can cover us from the people if something happens.
Do you want me to come with you?
Angel, get your boots on. Being in uniform just might buy us some credibility.
But take your name tape off.
Why?
One less thing for them to know.
Oh, good call.
Michael, should I...
Seriously? Riley? Just sit down. You want me to do the talking, or being higher in command, do you think you can handle this one, sir?
Say whatever you want to them.
Somebody's coming.
It's about time.
Yeah, hold your horses.
Good. Because I was starting to lose interest.
See? I told you.
Shut up!
Hey! That's no way to treat a guest.
Not you.
So, are you gonna open up or what?
I can hear you just fine from here.
It would be so much friendlier if we spoke in person.
We are in person.
I mean, face to face.
Tell us what you want.
We want to talk with you face to face. We're unarmed. We left our guns at the door.
Yeah? And how'd you get past the security door?
Wasn't hard, especially when you left the code on the door.
Who the hell forgot?
Look, all we want to do is talk. We have a proposition for you.
What is it?
They're telling the truth. They're unarmed. That's all.
Michael, this is a bad idea. You can't trust them.
Sir, are you ordering me to not talk to them? We don't even know what they want. What's with you?
I just know that this is a bad idea. But if you say so, do it. You seem to be calling all the shots nowadays anyway.
We will be armed, but we won't draw down on you. Is that understood?
Yeah, that's fine.
See, what's the harm?
There now. See? We're not armed or nothing.
What do you want?
Sis, come on.
Out with it. You didn't go through all this trouble for nothing.
What? No introductions?
We don't care who you are, so what's the point?
Such hostilities for people you've never met before. Although, you do look somewhat familiar. What's your name?
Doesn't matter.
Get to the point.
Yes, well, see, we were sent by Mr. Durai with power and maybe relocate some of our personnel.
Well, why would you want to come here?
We are a group of survivors that are looking for a safer place to live, and we came across this place.
Survivors. Is that what you call yourselves?
Yeah, what would you call us?
Well, there's plenty of other buildings around here. Why don't you just go to one of those?
You have already secured this one. Run electrical throughout the building, and must have a generator big enough to supply the floors with power. A few more people wouldn't hurt now, would it?
Well, just how many is a few?
Sergeant!
Hard to say, but we wouldn't be a burden. What else do you have in here? I'm sure we can help you people out. So what do you say?
Well...
No! I don't think that's something we'd be willing to do.
And why is that?
Because of who you are. We know.
Take it easy, will ya?
Oh. And we know who you are, too.
The hell you do!
After we gave you that tanker, I would think you would have been more grateful.
Gave? Really?
Regardless of who you think we are or were, we need someplace safer to live.
Oh, we're getting real now. No more BS coming or going across the table.
Oh! We followed your guy on a scooter back here after you came to our place. We lost some good men after he led those things right to our doorstep. And aren't you glad we didn't do the same?
Sis!
Hey, that's not what he told us.
Well, then he lied to you.
I trust his word over yours.
We know you obviously think of us as bad people.
Yeah, killers and thieves and murderers.
Yeah, we get it. But wouldn't you want some of us on your side? Out here, I'd think I'd be a resume builder. Things no spineless show would know how to do.
What we did before, that's behind us now. Look, after all that's happened, don't we deserve a second chance?
Yeah, you can have your second chance, just not with us.
So that's a no.
Well, we're looking after our own people and keeping them safe.
And how many is that?
I don't know. Lost count a while ago.
So you won't let any of us stay with you?
We don't know you people well enough to let you into our home. Sorry.
Are you sure we don't know each other? Blonde boy over there looks pretty damn familiar to me. What's your name?
Who? Angel?
We've never met before.
Oh, but I never forget a face. Or a name. And yours is...
None of your business. I think we're done here.
So what should we go back and tell our boss? That you were hostile towards the idea? I don't think he's going to appreciate that.
Tough shit!
Angel! Time. We need some time first to think about it. You can go back and tell that to your boss, okay?
Well, alright. I'll let him know.
See you around, Angel.
See ya, Scarface.
Uh-huh.
Michael, why?
Wait till we get upstairs before you say anything.
We're alive. We'll return after a brief message from our sponsors.
For over 50 years, Guitar Center has been the place where musicians get the best deals on the gear they need to make music. With over 250 stores nationwide, Guitar Center has the largest selection of music instruments and equipment at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Whether you're a professional or just starting out, you'll find unbeatable deals on the gear you need from all the top brands in every department. Guitars, drums, keys, live sound, DJ, and more. There's something for every musician. At Guitar Center, we believe in the power of music. Visit us in-store or shop online at guitarcenter.com.
That didn't look like it went too well.
You said my name. Thanks.
I'm sorry, I had to deal with 3 crazy people down there. Bert, were you watching?
We could see and hear everything.
All right. First thing in the morning, get that combo changed and off the front door.
Why not talk about the most pressing issue? They were sizing us up.
Oh, you caught that. I tried to do the same, but the short one realized it pretty quick.
Sizer?
They were trying to find out what kinds of things we have in the tower and what our numbers are like. Recon.
At least we know how many they have. They have no idea about us. For all they know, we could be filled to the brim with people. I was trying to find out more about them, but Angel here was flipping out. What the hell is wrong with you? You totally lost your cool down there when I needed you.
We're dealing with scum, and you want me to be all happy and welcoming? What do you expect from me?
Professionalism, at least.
Look, it doesn't matter anymore. They're gone.
Yeah, but for how long?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a while.
How's that?
Well, from what I see on the monitors, they have my guns from the shop still, and it looks like not a lot of ammo.
And?
Until they know what we have here, or how many. It's not like they're gonna try anything stupid. They don't have the munitions for something like that.
These people are crazy. How can you put reason into anything they do?
So what do we tell everyone?
Oh, I have a feeling everyone will know by morning, with her right here.
What? You forgot I was still here? You told me not to move.
Oh, yeah. Her.
Well, she's out of the tower anyway. What does it matter? We should have sent her away with these 2. Would have saved us some trouble.
You can't do that. Excuse me, but I have not violated any of your rules.
Oh, yes, you have. You fell asleep while you're on duty. You really don't know how bad that is, do you?
Yes, well, I know your rules very well, and if you look closely at them, you'll notice I haven't violated a single one.
Fine. I'll look. But I swear, if there isn't one now, there will be. And if anyone falls asleep from here on out, their ass is out of here. Kelly, you'll be in charge of making sure everyone gets the message. Now get upstairs.
All right.
But she's on duty until 4 a.m. Who should...
I'll watch it, okay? I got a lot weighing on me right now. It's not like I could sleep anyway.
Oh, I'll stay too. I'm not tired.
No, you two. Bert, you coming?
Slowly, but with surely.
Michael, we're still on for...
Yeah, this doesn't change anything about tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow?
Not now, Riley.
Oh, got it. I won't cry. Here, I still have some left. Take the weight off.
Yeah, I need to stay sober while I'm on watch, but thanks for offering.
Sometimes you just need to relax a bit and live from day to day.
Well, there's a time and a place for that, and this isn't it.
Suit yourself. You know, I was looking at something in my store the other day that really messed with my mind.
What's that?
Well, all the eggs and milk are all gone, along with a bunch of other perishable food. So I started organizing it by expiration date.
Well, that doesn't sound that strange.
We have 2 years, Michael. At least that's when all the food expires. From the last can of mixed vegetables to the last cup of instant noodles. Then we're out. I'm not talking about here, in the tower, but everywhere. No one's making anything new. And I don't want to sound mean to Pex, but that garden of hers will never grow enough for all of us to live off of. So, just made me wonder, what happens if this all lasts until then? When it's all gone.
Well, like you said, sometimes you just have to live for today.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh. Now I remember why I didn't like gin. Okay, that's all for me. For now, anyway.
Best case, honestly. What do you think happens here?
What, you mean here, like the tower, or out there?
Well, both.
I don't know. It depends on a lot of things. They could freeze when winter rolls around, but I don't know if it gets that cold here in California. I guess I sort of always figured we could outlast them somehow.
And now there's two showing up.
Cheers to that.
We only have one bottle. Well, okay.
Join us again Monday for the next episode of We're Alive. And now, a word from our sponsors. Starring Jim Gleason, Shane Salk, Nate Gies, Elisa Elliott, Claire Doden, Jay Oligario, Blair Byhauer, Scott Marvin, Tammy Klein, Nico Marvin, Manly Woods, Michael Ray Clark, and Jenna McCombie. I'm Michael Swan. We're Alive was written and directed by K.C. Wayland. Produced by Grayson Stone, Shane Salk, and K.C. Wayland. To find out more and for a full list of cast and crew, please visit our website at we'realive.com. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook for all production-related updates and future projects. Thank you for listening to this audio theater for the mind by Wayland Productions.
Hello and welcome to Apartment 2C. I am your host, Tony Rey, and joined, as always, the genius, the mastermind, the myth, the legend, the man with a third nipple, Casey Wayland.
It's true.
I have been friends with you for a really long time, and that is the first time I've...
And you've seen me naked, too.
That is also true, but it was dark, and we promised not to talk about it, but here you are. Talking about it on a live
Obviously,
stream.
that's why you didn't see the third nipple then.
That's true. That's true. So we've got a very exciting show for you guys today. I know I say that every time, every single week I say that, but this time I really mean it. We've got a jam, note-filled episode. We're going to dive right in to some zombie goodness. If you're just watching us for the first time, this is the podcast. Well, this is the show where we talk about the podcast, We Are Live, and all that zombie goodness that happens during that podcast. And today we listen to Where Do You Go When You Sleep, part 1 of 3, and we're going to be discussing that. So fair warning, there will be spoilers. If this is the first time you're listening to We're Alive, please switch off. There might be spoilers. And if it's not, and you have questions for us, please put them in the comments section below. We've got Rolo back there and Lost Boy, Nightcat. Rest in peace. She's not dead. She's just resting. She's just relaxing, I think. I don't know.
She's resting in peace?
Yeah.
Or R.I.P.?
Yeah, why can't someone just say rest in peace? Like, oh, rest in peace. Like, oh,
because we've established for many years that that's what you put on tombstones?
It's not what I do. It's not what I do. And tombstones, I hope you're hot on tombstones. That's really rude.
Aww.
It's really rude. Not even a funny joke. So please, if you have any questions, the point is we have people back there gathering your questions. And we want to answer them. We'll be doing that a little bit later. Also, we're going to cover some very exciting new news for lockdown.
Yeah. We got something new to show you.
I guess all news is new. Whatever.
Yeah.
We've got
That's
some
why it's called news.
Yeah, we've got some lockdown stuff to cover. And we're announcing the winner of last week's contest.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Jam-packed. So let's get right into it. This episode was awesome.
Yeah, it's starting to be good.
It freaked out. I freaked out at the end of last episode because we finally hear they're here. Mm-hmm. Scratch and Latch.
Here. I can't do it anymore.
No,
it's gone now.
You used all your goodness last week. That
did.
was real good. We just
Oh no, it was hello.
Oh,
that was
see,
it.
That's good. I can't even deny that. A large portion of my body wants to just tear that apart, but it's so good. I have nothing. You're just really good at that.
I just remember it like it's embedded in my brain because I was
Yeah.
like, I edited that segment I think too many times.
Yeah, I bet. So this was a great episode. Latch and Scratch are in. They're at the tower.
They
we know
are.
They're there.
They are.
We know what they know where they sleep at night.
They do, and you know what? That is a weird title.
See that?
Where do you go when you sleep? Part 1, and everyone's like, why? What's the meaning of that? And it took me a long time to remember where it was from because it was like a very small band did this song, and I like remembered it and it stuck in my head, and I couldn't get rid of it. And today I just happened to find it. It's called Radford. Where do you go? And this is the segment where it comes from. I'll just lean forward. Oh shoot. Where do you go when you sleep? Where do you go when you need... See, if we don't play anymore, we don't get sued.
I think we could still get sued. 1, 2. We have the highest bar of quality here at Apartment KC.
Leaning forward in the laptop.
Casey just leaned forward in the laptop, and yeah, it worked. That's so okay. So it's a song reference.
Yeah, it's a song reference. It's better than the original title, which was Hostile Survivors.
Yeah,
and do you want to hear the original outline? It's kind of
really
weird.
That's a really hostile survivors.
Yeah, just right on the nose.
Yeah. They are hostile, and they have survived.
It's true
so far.
2 things undeniably about them. So as the building begins to become in full swing and supplies are being gathered by the truckload, including water holding tanks, and a backup power grid is established, Bill and Sandy, which cut, finally let survivors on the roof and establish a garden. Saul runs into other scavengers who steal stall supplies in the field, and Saul follows them in a silent scooter that they're held up in a mini mall, has been secured all the way around. When they see Saul, they shoot at him and pursue him. When he thinks he lost them, they return to the tower where they see where they're living. So it's changed. It's like pieces of it got thrown into the other episode, and then this one came back. And when this outline was made, when all the episodes were not created yet, so another partial outline that's even older, that was even thrown away before that, is the daylight burns unprotected skin, so zombies mostly only come out at night now.
Oh, okay.
They seem to have been growing wiser, however. Saul's team of scavengers come across a trap that's been laid by a zombie, and he loses several men. He also discovers where the zombie hideout is, which we'll get to later. And one of the men is dragged away by several zombies alive. He barely makes it back to accurate numbers. Who knows? There might be thousands out there.
So that is referencing what the title is. I mean, I know it's a song, but the song is the title is "Where Do You Go When You Sleep," and that is referencing where the zombies go when they sleep. Their home unit, their casa, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, Michael's about to be like, "Mi casa, su casa." About to get blown up. That's really bad. Like, I'm just not funny.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Not really.
You know, I'm just
kind of got a show to do.
I know. It's all right.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right.
You know,
it's okay.
What am I supposed to do?
We'll just start serving up some better foods, tacos here and there, and it'll be fine.
Oh man!
I'm saying it now because they're gonna give me shit later.
If you guys missed last week's episode, do yourself a favor and watch that video on demand because it's hilarious.
And I'm gonna apologize ahead of time for anybody who's gonna watch that episode.
So funny. It's so funny. I give you a pass on that.
Yeah, I should because I'm like dyslexic in the mouth sometimes, and
no, just because I like you. I'll give you one racial stereotype against Mexicans. One more though, and we're gonna have words.
Mm-hmm. You be putting on the Ritz now.
Oh, God, I don't get it.
It's okay because the name of the band was Taco.
Oh shit, that was good. No, that was deep. Fist pound
thanks.
that. Yeah, that was deep. Okay, so what's next up on the list? Because do you have anything about Angel?
Yeah, you know what? Angel is totally afraid to be recognized in this moment.
Yes, and you could tell as soon as Scratch gets there, and as soon as he sees her on the camera, he starts acting weirder than he's ever acted before.
Yep. And he says, "Kill him."
Yeah, kill him.
Yeah.
That first of all, Bert loves that idea, which I love for Bert loving.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But Michael thinks he's joking. Michael thinks he's either like, no, he's just kidding around.
Yeah.
He's dead serious.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite moment of Angel. Like, just go down there, fucking put 2 bullets in their skulls, come back up, we'll have a cup of coffee.
They left the guns at the door. They're basically like, can you imagine if this opportunity comes later for them? This is the one shot that they had to like. If they listened to Angel, imagine how many people probably would have survived.
Seriously.
It would be a whole different story.
I never thought about that. Angel's kind of like the hero of, could have been the hero of season 1. Rolo is shaking his head. I don't know why Rolo has such a hatred towards Angel. I've always praised the workings of Angel. You can go back on episodes. I've always been an Angel fan.
He is an officer, so there's always like that. People who like work for a living just don't like him. So
yeah. So the thing with Angel that was even more suspicious though is he acted like he knew Scratch. Which, obviously, spoiler alert, he kind of does because they're both in the family, which we come to kind of later find out during the series.
Yeah.
That Angel had a ring, and that's why he had to bring Latch's body back to Scratch.
Yeah, they're very big about burying bodies. Like, being finally at rest is a big thing among the family. So, that's a thing for you. So I don't know if that was revealed in the story, but if you think about it, like all the times that it happens, they're all about like burying the dead. That's like one of their things, because when they're in the ground, it's a weird, like, I don't know, is it a Catholic thing as well? I'm trying to remember like what the religious, like there's a religious connotation to why we put them in the ground.
Yeah.
And I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's something related.
No idea. Maybe I don't. You know what? I was gonna make up some bullshit, but I just
didn't you go to Catholic school?
I did, but if you know me at all, I'm kind of a class clown.
Oh, okay. So you didn't pay attention in first grade?
No. I actually got kicked out of Catholic school.
Oh.
The nun got so mad at me. The nun that was teaching Saturday school got so mad at me, she kicked me out.
Oh.
Best thing that ever happened.
They couldn't hit you anymore, so they're like, what can we do to this guy?
Yeah, no, it's just, but your parents could still hit you.
So like, the Catholic Church sent you out on the streets then?
That's true.
Okay. Just making sure.
Exclusive. World exclusive. Apartment 2C. Hey, whatever gets us viewers. Apartment 2C. But so getting back to Angel. So it was really cool to see, because the first time I listened to this, I wasn't even a part of the cast. The first time I listened to this, I barely even knew you, actually. And so I'm thinking, like, Angel's being a bit, like, I hated Angel constantly. I was joking earlier. I really just dislike Angel. And so I'm listening to him like, here we go, Angel being Angel again. And
but now when you look back at it, it's like, no, he's actually trying to cover up his tracks so no one can suspect that he might have some lies in his past. Because I think Rolo before the episode was saying like he didn't understand like why he didn't just come forward and say it. He actually referred to him as Sansa. Withholding information for the general own purpose.
Oh, now we got to throw out a Game of Thrones spoiler warning. Jesus.
That doesn't spoil anything.
No.
It spoils nothing. Tyrion dies. No.
He's joking. No, well, now that spoils. Damn it.
Set up.
He's just making shit up. He's just saying random things. Who knows if it's true or not? Please watch Game of Thrones. It's awesome. Okay, I don't know why. I'm not getting paid to say that. I wish I was.
We should be.
We really should. Dude, we should do one of these. We should do one of these for also Game of Thrones.
And be like every other YouTube channel.
Who cares? We don't have a set. Let's do this. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he's withholding that. Rolo made a point earlier. Like, why doesn't Angel just like come out and say, "Look, guys, in a previous life, I was kind of a part of the mafia or a cult or
one of those things.
What we know it to be at this point. I was kind of part of the family, and I might have done some stuff, and I got a cool ring from it, so it's all good, right? Like that.
That wouldn't have
that's
flown.
Risky.
It is because, like, given the atmosphere that they have against the Maulers right now, in this, they basically would be seeing like. They could think that Angel could be a plant or a traitor at this point because he kind of knows how certain things work and their tactics and things. So they know that, or he knows that infiltration is sort of one of their possible tactics that they do. Yeah. So I think he's more or less afraid of getting exposed and then losing everything he might have here because he does have a rapport with people. Excuse me.
You okay there?
Just a hiccup.
I love hiccups. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's too much to risk. And he, in his mind, he probably thinks, what are the chances of anyone ever finding out anyway.
Yeah.
And then you get Psycho, Scarface down there.
Yeah, now it's like it's on your doorstep. And it's like now you truly cannot escape your past.
Hey, is Angel the first person to call Scratch Scarface, or was Bert earlier?
Bert was. Yeah,
right?
Bert was at but they both went to it because it makes most sense. So.
Yeah, but for me though, it felt like so much.
No, because it's Angel might know how she got the scratch, so.
I was looking at the wrong camera. Did you notice I looked over here first? And I was like, oh shit, we're on this one. That's cool. Okay, so
he might,
or he does.
Maybe.
You want to tell us how she got the scratch?
Well, when we're talking in an area that does not have concrete facts.
That's
like
all right.
if I haven't written it, I sometimes change things, so maybe I'll change that. But for now, that's currently where it stands. Yeah.
Let's make history right now, me and you.
You want me to put it in here?
Yeah.
All right.
Scratch. She's in a bar.
Let's see here.
She's a cat.
So we said.
Can you imagine the payoff is so shitty? It's just like Scratch has this cat that got really upset with the catnip she purchased that month and scratches her face up. That would suck so bad. Please don't do that. Stop typing. No, stop typing. I was just kidding. Please don't make it the cat story. Make it something cool.
Oh, Mr. Skittles?
Damn it! I screwed up the whole.
It's
the whole
Mr.
canon.
Whiskers. I just threw in Skittles in there.
That's
all
fine.
right. No, I put in there. Angel knows how Scratch got her scar. It's in this folder now that you won't get to see.
What's in that folder?
Yeah, lots of things.
Hold
Have
on.
we showed you this stuff? Like this is like this. There's just massive amounts of things. But yeah,
He's literally got like a terabyte of documents in there, and that's all like that's all like We're Alive.
What show?
Nothing. That's all we're. If you know me, you knew what I was about to say. I'm not saying that.
No, we're not.
They deserve nothing. That was all. So that was all.
Yeah,
We're Alive
there
history?
is a family story that's sort of sitting in the wings that I've been like plugging stuff into because there is a lot of stuff that we need to cover about the family, and the only way to really dig into it that deep is to do a story just about them. So there is something there. Whether or not that'll come to fruition is just a matter of time and money.
What do you think the chances are of that happening? Because
Maybe
I would love
40%.
40%.
40%. It's a pretty good chance.
We need to start talking about it a little bit more. Get that hype out there. Get the funding we need, because a story all about the family, just a straight sheer podcast all about the family would be so sick.
Yeah, there's a lot of ground to cover, and I really want to dive into the past. It's one of those stories that might not even have that many zombies. It's like it's a real life story that doesn't have zombies. It's kind of a weird approach, but it doesn't really fit in that world, so it's going to be different.
Right,
so
right.
I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. That's one of the ones that's a little bit more underdeveloped while I work on Gold Rush for now.
Sounds good. Well, I'm happy to hear you're working on Gold Rush. Any
yeah.
updates on Gold Rush?
Yeah, it's about. So I had a really great night the other night. Just like I knocked out 60% of the plot in one evening.
Really?
Yeah, just like I dumped it onto like 3 boards. So many boards I just had to keep taking pictures and erasing them because it was just so much information. But I got a majority of the story, a lot of the characters. Right now I'm going through their arcs and things like that, figuring out how it all works. And oh man, the stuff that I got for it, like making me bust up laughing, like just thinking about what you guys are gonna do.
I can't wait.
I'm super excited. Like I want to get started on it now, but I know it's still an outline phase, because if you jump too far into writing script, then your outline suffers. Because like weirdly enough, when you start writing pages, you never go back to your outlines. Really, you can't really add more to it once you're on the page. So
right.
It's something I'm working on developing, and it'll get there. It just takes some time.
Okay. All right. Cool. Very cool. Also, jumping back into Where Do You Go When You Sleep, the last episode we had. You have some more notes?
Yeah. I got so Mr. Durai. It's the only Mauler we've ever talked about that we mentioned their real last name. Mm-hmm. So his first name is not mentioned in the story, but Durai is his actual last name. So he's one of the few like Maulers that doesn't go by a code name.
Can we reveal what his first name is?
No.
Well, I tried, everyone.
Yeah.
I tried. Okay, cool. Yeah, because we hear.
Speaking of probing for information.
What is that? What is that?
Well, that's what they were doing at the time. They were doing recon for the other people.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty clear. Michael made it seem like he was some kind of like mastermind of like diplomacy. Mm-hmm. He was like, no, listen, I knew what they were doing. Well, it's because I straight up asked you how many people are in the tower, Michael. Like, settle down, Mike.
Well, here's the other thing, too, is if you remember very closely to one of Michael's previous conversation, he said that he worked hand in hand with a lot of different tribes when he was overseas. Honestly, in the Middle East, tribal relations is a majority of what you have to deal with, because that's how they live. Is they live in family communities and tribes and things like that. Like, it's still very much like very groups of cultures and things like that. And that's a lot of the reasons why they have so many problems, is tribal wars and things like that, and people making pacts with different people. And it's one of the problems with ISIS and things like that. Like, literally tribal stuff and how people are grouped together is what he had to do with in Iraq. So bringing people together and trying to make things work, he's used to dealing with people who are opposing viewpoints. So who knows? In this world, they may have been able to work with the Maulers. If Michael and Durai maybe got together, they could have, but for the most part, probably not. Because if you look at what happened to the other people who tried to work with them, they all became pretty much slaves.
Yeah.
But there were some people that actually ended up working them for them of free will, but they pretty much were just forced to.
Right.
So, yeah.
We'll never know, because Angel had to call a girl Scarface.
Yep.
Girls don't forget stuff like that. Trust me. Not that I ever called one of my girlfriends Scarface, because that would have been real messed up. Especially if she had a scar on her face.
Yeah.
That would have been real
You
rough.
get none tonight.
No, I would get none never
No.
if I would have done something like that. I didn't date a girl with a scar on her face. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it's happening.
I got a weird question to follow up with that, but let's just move on.
Please move on.
Let's see here. So a couple other things is so Michael mentions that zombies might freeze if you get closer to winter and things like that. That's actually a plant for Colorado already.
Right.
Because that was something that I was like, early on, I was like, well, okay, so what happens once you hit past a certain point of blood flow constriction due to cold? And that's one of the things was they were starting to freeze up and die.
Yeah.
And that's why they were able to do so much better in winter versus when they started out, which was in summer.
Right.
So as the cold fronts came in, it gave them sort of like a natural protection. So it was a plant for early on. I was like, oh, I'll figure this out and put it here, and then maybe I'll pull back to it later.
There was actually another plant as well, because when Kelly fell asleep in that tower, Michael freaks out, makes that special rule. Okay, fine. If you fall asleep in the tower, you're out. No exceptions. Flash forward a couple episodes. Lizzie's about to go take some Z's
bites him in the ass with Lizzie. And Kelly lawyered up right there, too. Because
really
she's
did.
like, I know every rule. I've explicitly looked at them, and I haven't violated nothing. And it's like, oh.
But you know what? So what? What are you going to do? Take it to the Better Business Bureau? Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, it's
You
true.
know, like, get out of here! I freaking, Kelly drives me nuts until she doesn't, and then she becomes badass, and it's awesome.
Yeah, maybe, but...
yeah, she drives me nuts for a while.
Well, think of it like this. Like, think of in her world, she was a highbrow lawyer making buku bucks. Like, buku bucks?
Just don't say any of it. Just don't say it. Just making a ton of cash.
I'm not supposed to say it?
Buku. No, Grayson and I are laughing. No, buku bucks. It's an expression.
Okay, so
used in the early 90s.
Okay, so...
It's July 5th, 2016. It's all good, man.
Yeah, I know.
Buku bucks.
It's only 26 years.
I like it, dude.
It's all I got, man.
They're making buku
language
bucks.
from the 90s.
I like it. It's totally rad money.
She was probably driving around like a Mercedes. She's probably doing all like her respect towards the common man is probably very minimal. And you got a bunch of machismo, big-headed like gangster, gung-ho, gun-toting like military men telling you what to do. Of course she's going to like be like, no. Because it takes a huge amount of adjustment at that point to like to
Plus
really
she's still
trust
raising
these people.
Tommy, so that's not an easy adjustment either.
Exactly.
So she's kind of having to be like an actual good
Is she
aunt,
raising
mom.
Tommy, or is Tommy just like, he's old enough to kind of do his thing? I can imagine he's probably like doing his thing now. And
F
Kelly's
you, Aunt
like,
Kelly.
You got food? Is it like gluten free? All right, you're cool.
God, Kelly. Yeah, she drives me nuts. But so yeah, that does set up for that pretty defining moment later on where Lizzie has to get kicked out. And actually, Bert's the one that kicks her out, right?
Yeah, because he has no choice. He's about to lose control of the tower
Yeah.
because of, if you guys remember, a character named Steven, played by Eric Wargo, which was like, the funny thing about Eric Wargo was like, I needed a character that was in the tower that was just annoying because as people were talking in the hallway and I just wanted somebody to come out and be really annoyed with them, and he was his intern at the time. So I was like, I want you to come out and like just give him a bunch of crap for being up really late and then go back in your room. And then I made him come out a whole bunch more time just to be a dick in the tower. And I was like, all right, cool. So he loved doing that. And then I burned him alive.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? If you've never seen Eric Wargo, the thing is, if you've seen Casey Wayland, you've seen Eric Wargo.
It's pretty true.
They look exactly the same. I don't know. Like, I know we can't
because
pull
we have no
some of those
hair.
Well, no,
That's
it's just your facial structure too. Like, and the beard, the side.
Yo, are you friends with them on Facebook? Maybe pull a picture. We'll pull it up in the end.
Yeah, we'll blast Eric Wargo's face.
We're getting shaking heads. We'll have him on the show. Okay.
I would love to have Eric Wargo. I don't get to hang out with him.
Hairgo Wargo.
Hairgo Wargo. He's an awesome dude. So
he is.
We should, because you guys are absolutely.
And he could talk about what he did on the show and
as his intern.
Yeah.
Find out the secret life of a We're Lives intern.
Yeah, the harsh realities of what they have to go through.
Seriously, poor Rolo and Lost Boy back there.
Yeah.
Tears every night.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Let's see, do we got any more in here? So, Angel, afraid to be recognized. Oh, they're in ACU uniforms. Because somebody was like giving me crap of like, how can they pull off their name tapes? Well, military name tapes have Velcro on them now, so you just pull them off. Let's see here.
What are those uniforms? ACU?
ACUs, yeah. It was a new style that was just coming out around 2009 that I decided to throw everybody into because I wanted to specifically pull off the name tapes. So I was like, we'll just plan them early. And so they did ACU uniforms. Oh, I got one more. Blonde Boyo is a reference to X-Men. Wolverine said it in like the original cartoon series from like the 1990s. I'm a 1990s boy, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man.
Back to is I'd be up at Saturday morning watching that X-Men, like the Phoenix Saga in all 9 parts.
Yeah.
And I'd watch it on
cartoons.
satellite, which was like 3 hours early, and
just
to watch it before anybody else.
I like cartoons. I wasn't into X-Men. I was into Ninja Turtles. But that's okay. That's okay.
It's all right.
So that was in reference to X-Men.
Yeah, it was reference to X-Men. I really loved that cartoon at the time. I really was a big fan of like Marvel cartoons and all those things, like all the Spider-Man that they like. There was a time when Saturday morning cartoons meant something.
Oh, absolutely.
And like they had new programming that was more tailored. They'd have more advertisements during the week. Like it seemed like there was a lot more entertainment for kids until the internet happened. And now the internet's just...
Well, because it's all they can have it whenever they want it. I mean, do you remember TGIF?
Yeah.
Thank goodness it's Friday lineup. That was straight fire.
Yeah,
dude. Family
everybody
Matters,
like
Full
nobody
House.
went out on Friday nights because of it. They're like, no, we got to watch Full House, Family Matters,
Step by Step.
What was the last one that I didn't get to stay up to watch? It was after 9:30.
I don't know, dude. I watched them all, but I think I checked out after Family Matters.
You didn't do Step by Step. Step by Step was all right.
I love Urkel. I love Step by Step.
It drove me nuts though whenever I watched it because like if you actually looked at it, they had that little roller coaster right next to an ocean that was totally digital, and I was like, they couldn't put a roller coaster next to an ocean.
Step by step and day by day. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so I think that covers Where Did You Go When You Sleep?
Yeah, I think so for the most part.
Next week we'll be listening to Where Do You Go When You Sleep Part 2. Because we know how numbers work. And joining us next week is going to be Lauren Kroom, who was supposed to be here tonight.
Yeah, I know. We scared her off.
Couldn't make it. She got scared when she found out the big man was here. She was like, oh, no. But she'll be back next. I hope she doesn't watch this because she's going to give me so much shit. The sassiest... She's
going to give you shit regardless.
The sassiest person we've ever had on this couch will be back next week. I can't wait. But let's transition to some lockdown news.
Yeah. So we got this fun little guy done. Matter of fact, it was actually done this morning. We have this is the CD set. I'll let them if they want to zoom in any. We have the lockdown box set. There's nothing in them yet. It's completely empty, considering we haven't done the CD presses for it yet.
Right.
But this is more or less like the template. It's I'm holding it still now. So it's the booklet here, and it's got obviously the nice cover, and it's got a really cool back with barcode and things like that.
What are all those words back there? What does that say?
Lockdown follows a small group of inmates and guards trapped. Well, I'm not going to read the whole thing.
No, but I mean,
it's a synopsis.
Okay, that's clearly that's cool, man. I was stoked. We teased that on the Facebook Live stream that we did to announce the.
It's going to be pretty cool. And so all of the discs will be little inserts in here. And these are a lot more durable than our last one, so hopefully they'll survive in the mail.
Very
What?
It was just very aggressive with it.
Like,
Yeah.
You gotta make sure that they don't break, because honestly,
who's doing that with their CDs?
The U.S. Postal Service.
Oh,
like
shit.
seriously, like so when we first sent these guys out, the ones we self-published last time, they were the taller ones, and they just got crushed.
Really?
Like they got absolutely destroyed in the mail. So the plastic quality on these is more flexible. It's a little bit more less rigid, and the actual like inserts inside aren't like the plastic ones that can break easily. They're actually more sleeves. And then the cool thing is, so if you get the soundtrack, you'll be able to put the soundtrack actually in this and then close it up, and then so you have them all self-contained.
Oh,
so you have the
very cool.
the lockdown set this way. So if people want to open them up and do that, they can do that. It's gonna be pretty cool, and that way you have a whole set. That's everything in there.
That's awesome, dude. I can't wait to get mine for free. And it's such a great show. If you haven't watched Lockdown, absolutely go to iTunes as soon as this show's done. Go to iTunes, keyword We're Alive Lockdown, and you'll be able to find it. It's a different channel than the full We're Alive series, but Lockdown's so good.
It's good. It's honestly
series.
like
it's great, man.
We took what we did in We're Alive and we did it better.
Yeah, and if you're looking for much more of like it doesn't get right to the zombies are here. Like they really have to find out. It really takes you through those early stages of the breakout, and it's just awesome. A breakout of the zombies, breakout of the prison.
Yeah, it's very claustrophobic, very self-contained, and it's a lot of fun. It's very different. And then the nice thing is like this one is self-contained in its own little small world, and then Gold Rush is going to be open world, and you guys are going to go where you want to go.
Oh, I can't wait,
be fun.
dude. Gold Rush. If you don't know, Gold Rush is going to be the next kind of mini-series, would you call it?
Yeah.
Mini-series in this world.
A little bit shorter than Lockdown, maybe. We'll see. It's one of those things where like we never create stuff to time. It's only to content. So
yeah.
It's currently slated for like 3 hours, but it's probably going to end up being longer, knowing it. Like the script is going to be this long, and the actual thing is going to be much longer because these guys just
probably like five seasons at least.
Yeah, something like that. Five
Something.
seasons of Gold Rush.
Can you imagine? People will be so tired of our stupid jokes. No, the soldiers are awesome. We all really get along in real life, and so that storyline is going to be super fun to record.
Oh yeah, like I'm so itching to get back. Like the other day, one of the things that I like miss the most is writing characters that I've already established. Like writing the beginning of Lockdown was super easy because I was like, oh, these are the characters I've already written, and it was like, and this was like, it flew by.
Yeah.
When you're establishing new characters and doing all that, it gets a little bit more difficult. So I'm gonna love coming back and putting a lot of the old folks back in there. And you aren't the only ones, by the way. There might be some others too.
Oh,
that
really?
Come back from the original series, yeah.
Do you know who? Do you want to say who? You want to tease who?
I know Bert will probably be back there a little bit for sure.
Hell yeah, dude!
So he's not going to be a main character in this one, but he's in there. But the other ones are to be determined. We'll see.
But does Bert come in just to give Robin Shirley for like a minute, so maybe like Robin's can get to shoot Shirley? Like that's a cool gun. So like
by the time we get to the story, Shirley's been destroyed. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, so Shirley's
that makes sense. Do you think Bert like maybe went and bought a new Shirley, like Shirley Part 2?
No, that we would have known about it in the later version of Wayland.
Yeah, I know, but you don't because he gave it to Robbins, and Robbins used it the whole time except for the end of Gold Rush, and he burns it in like respect to Shirley 1. Never mind, man. You know,
I will say this much. I will say this much. There is some semblance of something in there that you might have a clue about. There might be something.
I like that. I just want Robbins to do cool shit. You know? I want to do cool shit in this made-up podcast world.
I know what he does. You don't like it.
What? You know what I mean? I'm not going to like it?
No.
We're talking afterwards.
Okay.
This is bullshit. Legitimately pissed off.
Now Muldoon runs the whole show.
No,
I'll just tell you that much.
Okay.
Oh,
now
yeah,
I know
he's
you're
the hero.
He's
the hero of all of it.
Muldoon is the hero of nothing but Hollywood video and linty hair. That's the only
Robbins
thing.
is just dangling from like a thread, and Muldoon's just like, I got you. Just lifts him up just by his hair.
This is bullshit. Can't do it. He's too weak. He's too weak. Anyway, moving on. So again, reminder, next week we'll have Lauren Kroom in here. We're going to get to fan questions in a second. But last week we did a contest. What was your favorite Victor moment?
Yeah, what was yours? Did you say it?
I'm pretty sure I said... what did I say?
If you can't remember, we'll just get to whatever they said.
What did I No, now it's really bothering me. What did I say? Damn it.
We can't roll it back. It's all right. I forgot.
Rolo, why can't we roll it back? That doesn't... Okay, forget it, dude. It's fine. I know. He pulls out levers and bobs. Okay, the winner was Louis Gregg. Louis Gregg, yeah!
Louis.
You won a bunch of stuff.
Hey.
Okay, I don't know why we're doing that. You won some awesome stuff. What we were referencing earlier in this episode was what Casey accidentally called Victor's character. Victor, if you don't know, is Mexican American. I am also Mexican American, and with two Mexican Americans sitting right here on the stage, he called Victor Taco. He looked at him in his eyes and called him, "Hey, Taco."
To defend myself, I was explaining that Victor runs a taco stand in the epilogue. He actually has a little restaurant.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Right.
And when I was saying it, the word taco came out first to remind myself, and it made it sound like I was calling him that. But he knows.
Well, it made it sound like you called him that because maybe you called him that.
No.
It's so funny, dude. It was probably one of my favorite Casey moments of all time. Oh, you called him Taco. You were so red. It was an accident. It was obviously an accident. You were talking about the taco stand. However, you were red, and it was hilarious to me.
I know. I'm going to take it on the chin. It's fine.
Yeah. That was good, dude. That was good. So, that being said, Louis Gregg's winning comment was, we asked, what was your favorite Victor moment? The comment was, my favorite taco moment. That's so good. Was when he helped Pegs and all out of the colony. That it shows good character. So that was a winning comment. Louis Gregg, thank you so much for being hilarious and making fun of Casey's mistake.
And a good sport.
Please? Yes. And a good sport. It was all in fun. Victor and I gave him a pass. It's all good, guys.
Yeah,
we discussed it with the council. We're good with it. We're good with it. It was a mistake.
I'm actually, if you go down to my very base genealogy roots, I actually have a whole bunch of native Chumash in my blood.
Making it worse.
Of native Californians.
Making it so worse.
I know.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know.
What every white man does. Oh no! Let me tell you, I've got a lot of Mexican friends. 5.
No, but I'm actually like either 1/16th or 1/32nd. So
can we move on?
Yeah, we can.
Okay,
please.
I'm trying to
help
you,
me out.
Trying to just move
Get us
on.
out of here, please.
Okay, so earlier on we asked if there were any fan questions. Rolo has been gathering them. Hopefully, yes, we've got some. We got 6 questions. Perfect. We'll take 6. Not all of the questions get answered. I do apologize. What I mean is Rolo isn't able to pull all the questions. We only have a certain amount of time for questions. But if you get your questions, and congratulations. If you don't, make sure to hit up this man on Twitter.
Sure.
At Wayland Prod. And get your questions answered that way. All We're Alive things. Or
if I can answer them. Because sometimes people are like, so about that time when Victor and Michael not trusting, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Those are stories hopefully to be told in the future.
There's limitless possibilities as long as people fund us. So
there you go. All right, we got snaps! Very exciting. This is the first week. We got Lost Boy on the 1s and 2s. Lost Boy are into. He's like the DJ of questions. The 1s and 2s. That's what the kids say, right?
No,
I don't know.
The
Whatever.
1s and 2s.
Lost Boy has got buco questions over there. Get us.
I don't feel so bad.
All right. Sorry if I butcher this. Joshua Kaiser.
That's fine.
Kaiser. Casey, if they had to let the Maulers in, would Durai have made it peacefully? Or
Probably
made it peaceful?
not.
Yeah, so we touched on that a little bit earlier.
Not. I don't think so.
I think there could have maybe been a possibility of Durai and Michael to at least coexist. I don't think they would have allowed them to move in, but I think they would have worked out a deal, kind of like how, maybe they worked out a deal on some other zombie-related
The enemy
thing.
of the enemy could be my friend, maybe. They could have, there might have been some co-oping, but the fact that, you send Scratch as your envoy, please.
You know what though? Did Scratch actually get sent by Durai, or is this one of
Oh,
Scratch's?
half and half.
There you go.
It's a little half.
See?
Like she was the one who wanted to go, because you have to think of it like this: like Saul went back with the motor scooter. She had so they knew there it was. They had to have gone back and then come back because there's enough time to have done that.
Right.
So they definitely went back, reported what they found, let sort of Durai know everything. So she probably put herself in a position to remember that there are only 3 family members, I think, and remember right now that are currently in amongst the Maulers, and that's Durai, Latch, and Scratch.
And there's a lot of Maulers that aren't in the family.
Exactly. Yeah. Tardis is not in the family. Brix is not in the family. They're just thugs.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And also maybe Durai doesn't know exactly how freaking crazy Scratch is yet.
Yeah, and she's actually not
she
off
starts
her
to
rocker
unwind.
yet.
She's not. Yeah. Latch is still alive. She's still kind of coping.
Like she actually if there's a line in here where she actually kind of like plays with them a little bit, and it's a little lighthearted. So I mean I don't think she's not full bowed like I want to kill them now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Great question.
All right, Cat E, who plays the nylon string guitar in the background music? Do you know what the make of the guitar is?
I do not, but it's Pt1 is the name of the song.
This was the first time have you strayed away from the main We're Alive theme at the beginning of an episode before?
I think this is one of the first times. I think I might have a little bit, but I think this is like the big first time.
And why stray away from that?
The theme gets a little old sometimes, a little tiring, and also it kind of I wanted to give this one especially a starting on a different tone because they're already at the door. And the theme where it's like, nah, 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 it's like it's a little too happy right there, so I decided to go with something a little bit darker.
Yeah,
so sometimes when the episodes go a little darker, I tend not to want to use the music, and it's also one of the reasons why there's all strings for season 4 because it's all dark for the most part.
Yeah.
So yeah, good question.
Awesome.
Free Warrior 2, are the zombies like the Borg, where they can adapt to their surroundings?
Like the what?
Forge.
The Borg, they can adapt to their surroundings. They can mildly, actually,
Star
yeah.
Trek reference? Is that what we're doing? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so in Colorado, they do adapt to the cold, but they can't adapt enough. It takes a new sort of kind to survive that. But no, they totally do adapt to their surroundings a lot. Yeah. The fact that they start to, like, after the initial outbreak, then they start to figure themselves out a little bit more, and then they start to group together and make like hierarchies and packs, and you treat them more like a creature at that point, or a species, rather than it being like human anymore or just mindless.
When they start like setting traps and shit, that's like holy cow! It's like when the raptor opens the door, you're like, we're all screwed. The raptors are opening doors.
We're okay unless they open a door. Cut to.
Yeah, exactly. That was so intense.
Oh yeah, honestly, that was my inspiration for like, how do you make zombies better? Make them smarter.
Yeah.
Intelligence is your greatest threat when you're dealing with an enemy.
Absolutely. All right, hit me with the next one, Lost Boy.
Mr. E, what was the inspiration behind the WMD failsafe in season 3?
The failsafe.
Yeah, so we're talking about season 3. The colony and in Colorado, those two civilizations.
The scorched earth policy, meaning that, well, the thing is, one thing that they realized early on is if they made an encampment with a lot of people, and all of a sudden those people got overrun, all those people then become hostile enemies. So you have to sort of build on a failsafe of like, well, at some point, we're just going to have a tipping scale of like, where there'll be more enemies than friends. So at that point, that's when we need to put that failsafe in place. And that's why, because this is not the first time this has happened. There's been a lot of other encampments that were overrun, and even Kimmett even explains, he's like, you know what, this outbreak took over these locations because they were screwing around with the virus, and that's why he was so hard set against it. And in some ways, he was right.
Yeah.
Because the only person who was ever able to tamper with it and not get infected really was Tanya, and there was a reason for that.
Yeah. Was there any real world inspiration for that setup?
I think just the practicality of like what a scorched earth policy is, meaning that you don't leave anything behind for the enemy to take up. Do you know what scorched earth policy is?
Yes,
it's a military
well-versed,
tactic
yeah.
where instead of leaving it behind an intact location that an enemy can then take over and basically use to their strength, you blow it up or burn it. And that's a Scorcher's policy.
Oh, okay,
as
yeah.
you move along, you don't leave anything behind for the enemy to occupy.
Got it. The Mad King. Yeah. Back to Game of Thrones, which you should be watching.
After our show?
After our show.
After our show.
Please pay us for saying this. I'm talking about like $1 here, HBO. I would be so stoked.
One HBO dollar.
A t-shirt, Rolo says. Rolo just wants a t-shirt. That's what we sell out for around here. A t-shirt and $1. Oh, God. Lost Boy, hit me with the next one.
Sure thing. Is the CD set for Kickstarter backers only, or will that be available for sale? Will Lockdown be available on Audible?
Yes. Okay, so there's a lot of questions in there. So the CD set will first be going to the Kickstarter backers. They're the ones who are going to be getting the first ones in our print. What we have left, we'll probably put on the site from there out of the original block. It'll probably be more expensive than the version that is located on the Kickstarter, just because that's more fair. They did order it. How much more expensive, we'll kind of determine that later. But we will be doing the limited number thing on the back, which each one will have a number for it. So it'll be just like our other one, which is our self-published run, which is a limited edition that we'll have there for a certain amount of time, and then once they're gone, they're gone. And then once we go with the publisher, that's when it comes into Audible, and you'll be able to get through retail markets and things like that. So the first runs that we do for this one in particular will be self-run, because we're already making them for Kickstarters, and we're just going to kind of burn through stock that way.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. So if you want the limited edition one, Kickstarters are going to get it. And then there will be some available, we don't know how many, on our website at a later time.
Awesome. So look for that. All right.
Last one.
Last one. Wow, we burned through those.
Hannah Arrington, sorry if I butchered that. Where did you guys find the old school monitors?
From an old school.
He's such a dad right now. Speaking of dads, father is a lifetime videographer. Lifetime? He's a career-long videographer.
Yeah.
And these are his monitors that he used to have in his rig. And we have them here. They're awesome. They actually work. They actually have surveillance on them. I don't know, like if you can you see close up when we get the shot of me?
Yeah, they can kind of see a little bit that there's nobody in the hall right now. The halls are pretty open, and the parking garage. No, we've seen no movement on these monitors for a long time.
No. We're very secure.
Yeah,
very, very secure.
There's not that many people in the tower, and these monitors are just they're safe. So we'll see. It's obviously there's a restroom here. This hallway has wood.
We're going to
try
to get a close-up shot right now.
And this is the parking garage down there. It's pretty empty. Even the cars are all gone. Saul's washing them right now. So you want the bottle gone? Okay. And then we just
done with it.
Yeah. So these are the monitors, and they we haven't really seen any activity. Not to say that they can't show activity, but they have the ability to.
That's pretty sweet. So yeah, that's this is the hallway, the garage, the garage, and then another hallway.
Yep.
A little bathroom right here. There's a little man.
Yep. And there's a fire extinguisher for later episodes.
We've actually never shown this close up.
No.
Very cool.
Where do you live?
What'd you say?
Where do you live?
Why?
In the tower.
Oh, I was like, excuse me? I live in Brea? Do you want me to tell you? What the hell? I would think I'd live on
what floor? What floor would you go for?
Ooh, I'd go for floor 7.
For 7? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a general question to the audience.
Not too
what floor
high.
would you live on? Throw it in the chat.
Yeah, not too high, not too low, kind of like that.
Yeah. Because here's the thing is, however far you have to go up every day is a giant pain.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you want to get a workout, so I would probably go with like floor number 5 or 6. I'd probably be on the same floor as you, only because like I don't want to go all the way to what is the 14th floor is what we have in this building or something like that. It's like no, you don't want to deal with that every day.
Forget that.
But it's enough to where it's like I know that something's not going to be scaling up the walls as much. You know?
Yeah. All right, guys. So that is the end of the show. Congrats again to Louis Gregg for winning last week's competition.
Yeah.
We will be sending Grayson will be sending you all of your goodies, so make sure to look out for that. Next week, again, Lauren Steamrollin' Kroom will be here in the studio, just sassing up a storm. Cannot wait for that.
I was hoping for it today. I had some stuff planned, but
dude,
I'll
I was
have to wait for
prepared.
tomorrow.
I literally woke up this morning mentally ready to get sassed, and then she had to pull out. But next week she'll be here. I'm very excited, Lauren. I'm coming for you.
Well, now you can give her a little sass.
Oh, I can't wait to give her sass. Ooh, it's gonna be.
Ooh, that's gonna backfire. So.
Yep.
No, it's not gonna backfire at all. I'm sassy. See, you don't know this about me. I'm very sassy. So I'll be fine.
Watch the fight go down.
And as a reminder, we will have no shows July 19th and 26th. That's at the very end of this month. We'll be back next week and then go on a brief 2-week hiatus. We're busy, Grayson.
We got some
Casey,
stuff going on. We'll figure out what when we come back after that where things lie and go
Well, don't make it sound so ominous. We're just taking a break because you guys are going to be super busy for 2 weeks. But then we'll be back. Also, we'realive.com. Make sure to go check it out. Go check out all the links. There's some cool stuff. Visit the forums. And visit the shop. We're Alive shop is still up and running, yeah?
It is under construction right now because we're about to we're putting a whole new front on the website for shopping so that we can get these new merchandise items in there.
So it's lying? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Hey, Grayson, remember in the show notes where you write like notes of things I should know? What do you think? What do you think? Huh? What do you think? I'm getting sassed.
There's
from
no
everyone.
way you could have known.
I'm getting sassed from everyone. I don't understand.
It's not. It doesn't say.
I just want some respect around here, right? That's okay. Also, visit our iTunes, our Audible, Facebook, Twitter, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get notified when we go live. Big thanks again to KC Wayland.
We did it. We held our own, just you and me.
Oh, we crushed it, baby.
Yeah, we had some weird stuff in there for a while there, but it worked out.
Why not? Also, big thanks to Rolo. Big thanks to Lost Boy. And a big thanks to my number one man. What's up, Daddy? Grayson Stone. I love you, Grayson. Thank you guys so much. And also, thank you so much for watching and all of your questions. We love engaging with you, and we can't wait to do it again next week, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, right here with Lauren. What did I say about getting into my shot? I just want some damn respect around here. Cut the feed.
Look how
we'll be back
my
next
head looks
week.
in that shot.
Would
So
you
bright.
get out of my shot, please? You have your own shot. This is the only shot I get. You know what?
My thumb's always been in it, and my legs are in
want
it
some
too,
of-
so they're just kind of
oh,
like
get
they're just kind of
your
hanging out.
feet
I could just put the feet
out
up there.
of here. You cannot. You put your. Are we still live streaming here? What do we do?